zeros of the polynomial root 2x square. It's 2 root 2x square 5x plus root 2. So we have to find the zero of the polynomial. So we do the factorization first. We know the rule. We have to multiply the coefficient of x square with the constant, keeping sign in consideration. The answer we have to factorize. 2 root 2 into root 2 is 4. And the factors are 1 into 4 minus 1 into minus 4. And then 2 into 2 and minus 2 into minus 2. But if you have to look for the pair which you have to pick, you have to look for the sum. It's 1 and 4. So 2 root 2 x square 4x plus x root 2. Now you have to take common from the pairs which we have selected. If you look at these, you find 2 and x are common. No, basically we have learned that if you look at 4 is having factor of 2 into 2, where one of the two can be expressed as root 2 into root 2. When we have to do this, we have to do this when you look upon the situation that one of the coefficient is having square root of 2. That's the reason why we have to look into 4 as 2 into root 2 into root 2. So now we have this expression as, just I'm writing for the explanation, but you should keep this thing in your mind, that now when you look into these two terms, 2 root 2 x is common, x is left in the first term and root 2 is left in this term. Now what is common is these two, it is plus 1, x plus root 2. Now from these two we have x plus root 2 common, 2 root 2 x plus 1. Now for zeros of polynomial, put the polynomial equal to 0. Therefore, x plus root 2 into 2 root 2 x plus 1 equals to 0. Either this equals to 0 or 2 root 2 x plus 1 equals to 0. This implies x is equals to minus root 2. That's correct. And then from here we get minus 2 root 1 by 2 into root 2. As we have said, should have a practice of rationalizing the answer. So yes, your answers were correct. On screen, first step, 7 into minus 6, that is minus 42. Now we have to make the factors of minus 42. Minus 1 into 42, right? Then you have to make 1 into 42, 2 into minus 21, minus 2 into 21. Then it's always good to factorize here. So we have done with 1. Now is it possible with 3? Yes. 3 into minus 7, minus 3 into 7. But you can see that we have to split 2 into root 8, which is basically 4 into root 2. Is it? 4 into root 2, because 2 will come out and it is 4 into root 2. So do we have 4 over here? No. But we can have So we will pick negative. See, if you look into the factorization of this, it has minus 2 into root 2 into root 2, and we have 3 into 7, right? So if I take this as one pair and this as the other pair, this will also give you the same result, that is 42 minus 42. Now look at the sum of these two numbers. What are we getting? We are getting minus 4 root 2, and that is what we are looking here. So have you understood the trick? The root 2 let you know whether this or this. It's your choice. Now the negative will go with the bigger number because you're getting negative. So how will you write this? 7x square. This will be written as minus 7 root 2x plus 3 root 2x minus 6. So what is common among these two? 7x. X minus root 2. And what is common here? Again, you have to be smart enough because you need to have this. So it is 3 root 2 common x, and what should be left? We know that it should be, because I will explain this also, how 6 is having 3 into root 2 into root 2. So I've taken 3 root 2 common and we are left with the root 2. And now finally, these are the two terms from where x minus root 2 is taken common. 7x 3 root 2 for zeros of polynomial. We put that equal to 0. So from there, we get the two zeros of the polynomial. Division of polynomials. So let's take a polynomial px, which is divided by, let us say, gx. So when you divide a polynomial px by gx, degree of gx is either less than or equal to degree of px, else we cannot divide. जिस पॉलिनोमियल को हमने डिवाइड करना है उसकी डिग्री जिससे डिवाइड करना है उससे बड़ी होनी चाहिए या बराबर हो सकती है. That you have to be sure. That's the first thing you will do. Then when you divide a polynomial with the other polynomial, you get a polynomial which is a quotient. If you take the product and you add the remainder, step 1, terms of the px and gx must be arranged in descending order of the powers of variables. Illustration: px is like 3x plus 2x square plus 5x cube plus 3. Before you divide, make sure the highest come in front with their signs and coefficients, and this should be arranged in this way. Similarly, if you have gx as 3 minus 2x, so you have to write 2x plus 3. So this is the first thing you have to keep in mind, that they should be in ascending order. After doing this, now This is how you write when you divide a polynomial with other polynomial. 5x cube, 2x square, 3x plus 3 minus 2x plus 3. After doing this, step 2. Take the first term of the dividend. This is dividend. First term is 5x. And the first term of the divisor with sign. So you divide monomials, right? You have made the monomials and decide what should be there in the quotient. Bases are same, powers are subtracted. So the answer is minus 5 by 2 x square. So this is the first term of the quotient. And you know that quotient multiplies with the divisor, and whatever you get, you write according to the like terms. And division means repeated subtraction. So we will subtract step by step. So when you multiply this number with this, that is the first term of the quotient with the divisor, first term should always be the same. Now you can do that. If you multiply this with this, you can check that. Multiply this term with this, you'll get this. But when you multiply the next term, you have to be very sure that whatever the answer is coming, you have to place that with the like term. Now let us see what I mean to say by the like term. Multiply this with this, you are getting minus 15 by 2x square, and it is placed below the x square term. Now, in algebra, when you subtract, you remember that the term which is written later, all the signs are changed. So we have to change the sign because we are subtracting it. This is what you've learned in your 8th standard, that when you subtract the algebraic terms, the expression which comes after the subtraction sign, all the signs of the terms are changed. First has to be cancelled, else we are doing wrong. And how to solve this? Because you are beginners, you should take them separately and solve them. So you have to be worrying about the coefficient. Later you can put x square. It is just like 3x square minus 2x square. So what is the answer? X square with the sign. But now the numbers are 2 and minus 15 by 2. So when you solve these, how do you solve that? 2 minus 15 by 2, that is 4, 15 by 2, that is minus 11 by 2. Don't forget x square. So what are we getting here? So sorry, we have to add it. Add karna hai because there is a sign of addition. Sign change ho gaya hai. So we'll get plus 19 by 2. 19 by 2 x square. So this is the addition and subtraction of algebra which we've been doing. And division we have done with numbers. Same we have to do here with the algebraic expressions. Now you have to take down the next term. You should have as many terms as the divisor is having. There are 2 terms, so you should be prepared with 2 terms. But you have to repeat step 3. You have to take the first term of the remaining expression and divide with the first term of the quotient. When you divide the first term with quotient, you are left with 19 by 2x. This is the same. Powers are subtracted. X are the same base and you are subtracting it. So now the term is 19 by 2x. This term when multiplies with this, for sure you have to get the same, but the next you are getting 57 by 2x. Now we are subtracting, so we have to change the signs. First one has to go. Second, you have to do the calculation. So I'm doing it for you. It can be done orally, but I'm doing for you. You take the numbers only with sign. So it is going to be 63 by 2x. 3, just take the numbers and later write the variable. That is 6 plus 57 by 2, that is 63 by 2. Now take down the last number. Now you can see that still the coefficient is different, but the powers are same. You have to divide till the remainder is smaller than the degree of the divisor. So again you have to do the same, step 4. You have to repeat this till the degree is less. अभी भी डिग्री सेम है, इसकी 1 है, इसकी 1 है, तो 63 by 2x divided by 2x minus 2x. So it cancels. This is minus 63 by 4. So minus 63 by 4x, not 4x, sorry, minus 63 by 4. So it is 63x by 2, and when you multiply with this, you will get minus 189 by 4. This has to be cancelled, and the numbers you will write, that is 12 211 by 4. That's the final answer. This is the remainder. Janya.
Sir, in the third step,
So just a division of 2 here, that will make 4. But you basically what is important is to understand how to go. So I will give you one more illustration. Right? We have to do the same. Divide one polynomial with the other. This time we will do a division like divide. We'll do it together, like you will be doing simultaneously with me, right? Let us divide px, that is 3x cube 2x square 4x plus 5, and the gx is 3x plus 1. So first of all of them to be ascending order. Yes, they are, and we are not having any term missing. Missing means after 3 we are having 2, 1 and then 0. There's nothing missing in it. Step 1. In step 1 what we do, we take the first term of the px and first term of the gx, the divisor. Dividend first term, divisor one first term. What are we getting? X square. 3 cancels with 3. This is the same. Powers are subtracted. X square. So x square, the quotient term, will multiply with the divisor terms, and we will write here this multiply with this gives you this, and when multiplies with this gives you x square. Now the next thing is we have to subtract. Division means repeated subtraction. This is cancelled out. Minus 3x square, and we have to lower down the next term, 4x. Now what is the next step? With sign, take the first term of the remaining and divide it with the first term of divisor. We get minus, don't forget the signs. We get minus x. So minus x is the second term of the quotient. It multiplies to give you minus 3x square. As I said, first term should be same. And multiply this gives you minus x. You have to change the sign. 5x plus 5. Excuse me. So you have to pick the first term because still the degrees are same. So 5x divided by 3x is giving me 5 by 3 plus 5 by 3 when multiplies with this gives you 5x. When multiply with this gives you 5 by 3. We have to subtract, cancels. Now this is 5 minus 5 by 3, which is 15, that is 10 by 3. That is the remainder. Let's put the expression px equals to gx into qx plus rx. This helps you to verify also. What is gx? Gx is 3x plus 1. What is qx? It is x square x plus 5x. And finally, it is 10 by 3. So if you take the product and add this, you should get this value.